Have you ever wondered if you could actually build a feeling from scratch? I don't mean with bricks and mortar, but with sound? Well, today we're looking at this really fascinating blueprint, a set of super specific rules for creating a powerful sense of peace and spirituality, all through music. So let's dive in and explore this sonic architecture together.
So yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? How do you build a feeling with just sound? In this explainer, we're going to deconstruct the recipe for a very specific kind of atmosphere. We'll take it apart, piece by piece, and see exactly how it all comes together. The style we're exploring today is called a nasheed. At its core, it's vocal music. I mean, sometimes you'll hear a little bit of light percussion, but the main instrument, the star of the show, is the human voice. It's a really foundational art form all throughout the Islamic world, and honestly, it's the perfect place to start if we want to understand this sonic blueprint.
You know, every building project starts with a plan. And for this kind of music, that plan is all about emotion. So, before a single note is even thought about, you have to ask, what feeling are we trying to build here? That's always step one, locking in that emotional target.
And that emotional target? It's incredibly specific. The whole goal is to create a mood that feels peaceful, spiritual, and just deeply heart-touching. This isn't about making some pleasant background noise. Not at all. Every single element is deliberately picked to inspire a sense of faith and connection. It's got to be calming, it's got to be relaxing, and it's designed to put you in a very particular headspace.
And to get even more specific, the blueprint actually calls for a very particular atmosphere. It's meant to capture the feeling of being in a quiet masjid, a mosque, late on a Ramadan night. Just try to imagine that for a second. That feeling of total tranquility, of reflection, of quiet prayer. That right there, that's the entire world this sound is supposed to build for you.
Okay, so we've got our emotional goal. We know the feeling we're aiming for. But what ingredients can we actually use to build it? Well, that brings us to the sonic palette. And this is where the rules get really interesting. It's what defines the whole character of this music.
So, a very clear line gets drawn in the sand here. This music is built almost entirely from the human voice. We're talking vocals, humming, choirs, that sort of thing. The only percussion you're likely to hear is a soft duff, which is just a type of frame drum. Now, on the other side, what's excluded? Almost all conventional musical instruments, any kind of aggressive beat, or any loud, distracting sounds. And this isn't a limitation, you know? It's a very deliberate choice to keep the focus purely on a spiritual and human-centric sound. How it's produced is also key to getting that feeling just right. The style is ambient and cinematic, so it sounds big and spacious. Clean audio is an absolute must, but the real secret ingredient here is the use of a little echo and reverb. This isn't just some technical effect, it's what creates that amazing sense of depth and space. It actually mimics the acoustics of a huge, sacred hall, which just reinforces that Majdi atmosphere we were talking about. So, with our palette of sounds chosen, it's finally time to shape them into a melody. And this right here is the heart of the music. It's the part that's going to carry all of that emotion we've been aiming for.
And yep, you guessed it, the melody itself follows a pretty clear set of rules. It has to be simple and repetitive. And that's key, because the music is supposed to be a background for reflection, not something that distracts you. It should be soothing, and it very often follows a Middle Eastern or Arabic scale. That's what gives it that authentic, traditional feeling and really anchors it in its cultural and spiritual roots.
Ultimately, every single one of these rules serves just one purpose: to create something that's not just a technically correct tune, but one with a deep emotional tone that touches the heart. It has to have soul. That is the entire point of the blueprint.
Okay, so let's recap. We have the mood, we have the sounds, and we have the melody. But how are they all arranged? Well, the final part of our blueprint is the structure. It's designed to guide you, the listener, on a gentle emotional journey from the very beginning to the very end.
And that journey usually has 4 distinct parts. It all starts with a soft intro, just some ambient sounds and light vocals to ease you in. Then you get a gentle build, where more vocal harmonies are layered on top to add some richness. The third part is the stable middle. This is the real core of the track, and it's designed to just sit comfortably in the background without demanding your attention. And finally, it all wraps up with a smooth, clean fade-out, leaving you in that peaceful state. So, what's the result of this whole process? Well, you get a high-quality, cinematic, Islamic background nasheed, and one of the most important technical things about it is that it's designed to be loop-friendly. That just means it can repeat over and over again smoothly, without any awkward breaks, which makes it absolutely perfect for what it's used for. And this is why all of this matters so much.
This carefully constructed sound isn't just art for art's sake. It's a tool. It's used as background for Islamic videos, to go along with Quran recitations, to enhance outreach content, and, maybe most personally, to help people in their own private moments of reflection and prayer. It's like functional spirituality.
Which kind of leaves us with a final thought, right? We've just walked through a clear, almost architectural plan for manufacturing a very specific feeling. It really makes you wonder, if you can create a blueprint for a sound that brings on a feeling of tranquility, then can a blueprint for sound also be a blueprint for peace itself? Definitely something to think about.